what comics are you talking about? What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Comic Talk. We're going right into it. Not even giving the Twitch chat to be like, whoa, let's prepare for this. Twitch.tv/there can be only Vaughn. We are live with the Comic Talk. It is November the 23rd, one day prior. It's Turkey Eve here in the United States. So I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're celebrating in the States, of course. I mean, everyone is, right? Who doesn't celebrate Turkey Day? Anyway, we got the chat scrolling, so that's great. We got a slew of books. We're going to start with the new Comic Book Day books from the LCS and a couple of whatnot giveaway wins that we got. A Facebook buy, and then we're going to show you some variants from the previous week that have finally come to the casa. So let's get started with our new comic book buys for new Comic Book Day. Okay, first up, we got a facsimile. We have 2 copies of this book. This is Fantastic Four issue number 52. I hope you went and gone and saw Wakanda Forever in theaters. It is out now. If you still haven't gone, if you need to watch it a second time, where's my hand? Yeah, there it is. No, I'm covering it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. See, as many times as you want. It's a great movie. This is the very first appearance of T'Challa, the Black Panther. I do have this in a 2.0 that I'm trying to sell, and I have it in a 3.5 CGC graded, but it's nice to have a reader's copy in a facsimile. Cool to see. And let's do some reprints here. We have the second print for Star Wars High Republic, issue number 1, volume 2. Next up, it's apparently local comic shop day. Nobody told me this because there was a couple other books from previous weeks that had the LCSD logo on it, so I guess it wasn't a day, it's like the whole month. Anyway, they did one for Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo, issue number 1. So this is a black and white local comic shop day variant. Pretty cool. Next up, another one for Miss Meow number 1. This is a John Royal cover, so we of course pick up the John Royal stuff. And apparently there's a trade dress and a virgin version of this, so I got the virgin. Didn't know that. Next up, same thing, local comic shop day for Death Rage number 1. Cool to see these Merc Publishing books getting the LCSD treatment. Next up, I guess this is from last week. It was in my box, so I just went ahead and bought it. I didn't want to put it back. Star Wars Hidden Empire number 1. I picked up cover A last week or the week before when it came out, so I probably didn't need that one, but it's fine. Next up is Dark Crisis, the Dark Army issue number 1. This is cover B here for Red Canary. This is her first full appearance in this book. We'll see if this gets any speculation going forward. Next up, Ram V on Detective Comics, issue 1066. Doing really well with that series. I've been enjoying it. Landmark issue here for G.I. Joe, hitting issue number 300. This is the final issue that IDW is going to make for G.I. Joe. I'm not sure who's getting the license next, but 300 issues with IDW. Pretty sweet. Well, I don't think all 300 were with IDW, but they've had a lot of different series after Marvel lost the license. Next up, we have Department of Truth, issue number 22. Good to see it back in print. I think it skipped a month. Seems like it. Daredevil, issue number 5. Good book. I'm liking the story going on in that one, and Chichetto is killing it in the interiors. We have Chasm is back, starting off this Dark Web storyline, Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 14. Oh, I thought that was like a rip at the top. It's just the smoke over Chasm or whatever. And then finally, we have some Harley Quinn issue 24s here. So this is the Lee Bormejo cover. Then we have the John Boy Myers 90s throwback incentive variant here. And last but not least, we also picked up the 1 in 25 Leslie Lyrics Lee variant cover there. Cutesy little Harley. And that's it from the LCS, man. We definitely got a huge stack of books that we're getting from Things from Another World, as we do each and every week. There's nothing really to show in there that you guys want to see. It's just so many books that come out each week. I might pull out books here and there for you guys to look at if you're so inclined to, watch some more videos on YouTube. So we're going to put that there on the ground. So here is our Whatnot giveaway auction wins that we got. These are all 3 CGC graded books. First up, we have a 9.8 of Creepshow #1. Cool to get this in the 9.8. Very, very good read. Doing that pre-comic, pre-horror code, pre-comic code horror trade dress, which is really cool, and it's a good read. So cool to have it in the 9.8. This will probably pop up over in my on my flea market table. Next up, we have a David Mack Slaughter Pack edition for Something is Killing the Children, issue #8. They've done this for all 15, the first 15 issues, I believe, were all David Mack reprinted covers, but they're all fire virgin covers. So here's issue #8 that we won in auction. Pretty cool. Man, you can spend a lot of time and whatnot, not even buying anything and just entering giveaways, and you just kind of win things. We're not King Midas for nothing. And next up, last but not least, our third win here. I didn't know this was a cover. This one is really cool. This is Judgment Day issue #3. This is the Wernick variant cover, but it's beautiful. Let me get that closer for you guys here, and out of the glare here. Jean Grey doing her thing there in the 9.8. Beautiful book. Those are the 3 slabs there. This came with the variants here in the My Comic Shop order. So Rogue State issue #1 from Black Mask. I guess it's a magazine-sized format. So interested in reading that one. From Facebook, I only really bought one book, and I bought this book because somebody listed it for $2. This is Mad Max Fury Road for Nux and Immortan Joe. Is it Immortan or Immortal? Oh, it is Immortan. This is like a $20, $25, $30 book. Somebody was just like, oh, it's $2 because it's just Mad Max, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to snag that all day because I knew it had some value to it. And then also in his auction for $1, Mystery and Madripoor, Hunt for Wolverine, issue #1, but it's a Greg Land cover A, and I love me some Greg Land, so just added it to not seem like I was paying like $6 to ship one book. Next up, we got a Comic Tom mystery box, as we do each and every month. I haven't showed the last 2 months because they haven't really been great exclusives, but we're just going to show you everything as they come into this casa. So, of course, we got our little art prints that they give out. Nice little Star Wars action there. Next up, a print here. This is 1784 out of 3000 for Shuri fitting Wakanda Forever. Didn't know that Mad Max book existed. There's actually 3 miniseries. So they got one for Joe there. They got the main book, has 2 issues for Mad Max Fury Road. And then there's a Furiosa book as well. So next up, these are exclusive to Comic Tom 101. This is Siren's Gate issue #1, but this is Lucio Parillo doing that variant there. Beautiful Parillo. Next up, they got a reprint for Batman Beyond from the 2000s, issue #1. I don't know is it Del Auto on this? I'm not sure who the artist is on this again, but fire variant cover here. Good stuff. Next up, I believe this is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 101. A Virgin variant there of the new Rita Repulsa. And then some indie book that they had exclusive rights to called Unicorn. I have no idea what this is about, but it's pink. I like pink. And last but not least, for a back issue throw-in, they gave me Batman Judge Dredd Die Laughing issue #1. Elseworld little story with Judge Dredd and Batman. All right, so let's go into some of the books from last week that came in from my comic shop. Lone Star Comics out there in Tejas. So first up, Abolition of Man issue #2. Again, this is that one book, guys, where let me put it over here, where a computer AI generated photos for everything written in this book. So they selected out of 4 different photos that fit this particular sentences that they wrote out in this book. So that it's really abstract, it's really weird, but it's never been done before. So it's a one of a kind, unique book. So I'm really looking forward to checking out what issue 2 has to offer. Next up, Overwatch number 505. It just was a good looking cover. I have no idea what's going on in that book. It's video game related though. And speaking of video game related books, we have the 30th anniversary of Tails, Sonic the Hedgehog one shot. I love the artwork here. That was the cover A. We got the cover B, showing Sonic and Miles some love here. Mr. Tails, and then the incentive variant cover for Tails. Pretty cool. Next up, this is Meguro, I believe. That was the artist on this. Van Helsing, Rites of Shadow. Just some Zen scope action. Fun stuff. Same thing here. This is a Villa Lobos cover. Like his artwork. DJ's in the house. What's up, DJ? We showed some Death Rage earlier with that local comic shop day book. So here's issue number 3 of Death Rage. I believe this is a second print. I'm pretty sure that's a second print for issue number 3, and then the second print for 2. Oh, it's going backwards here. And then 1. Very cool. So these are all reprints here. Born of Blood, issue 1, second print. I love the red here. This is a really good one. What's going on, Inu? Welcome to the chat. I showed this off last week, I believe. This is issue number 1, the second print, or third print rather, for Miss Meow. Then we have second print for issue number 3. These are going to be ghosts. I'm about to, like, there's going to be hauntings in this house. I have so many books that are literally going to be ghosts because of the low print runs. You're never going to see these. Second print for issue number 4. Like, who has it? The pink in this one is awesome. Love it. Next up, Sheena, issue number 10. So this is brand new last week. Michael Lisner on the artwork there. Just think it's a fantastic old school Lisner. Next up, one of the best drawn comics going on right now is Shaolin Cowboy, Cruel to Be Kin, issue number 7. This is an Art Adams cover. But the interior is phenomenal artwork in that book. Next up, Titans United Blood Pack, issue number 3. I just love Derek Chu, so we pick up Derek Chu covers when we can. We have another reprint here, Junkyard Joe, issue number 1, second print. Pretty cool book. It's like war stories. We have these cool little Star Wars 45th anniversary covers here. So this is for Dr. Aphra, issue 26. This one's pretty. It's like movie poster caliber variants there for Star Wars. And then we got one for Han Solo and Chewbacca as well. This one is pretty cool. Tareen Clark on these covers. Next up, we got a variant for Door to Door, Night by Night from Vault Comics. I can't remember what the premise was of this, but it seems pretty cool, and I love my horror books. Next up, we have a 90s throwback for Nightwing, issue number 98. I don't have all the 90s throwback, and like Action Comics 1049 came out this week. I didn't pick that one up. I just can't get all of them, right? Next up, Captain America Winter Soldier Special. This is a one-shot with Bucky, the Winter Soldier, and Captain America, Steve Rogers. This is an Alex Maleev cover, so of course we had to pick that up. And we'll be talking about Maleev shortly again. Next up, I can't remember whether this is... Okay, this is the one in 5, I believe. So this is Cradle of Filth. If you guys like that death metal, or I'm sure it's a different genre. Again, the genre right, because you got to get the specific genre right of what kind of music they create. But Cradle of Filth issue number 5. I believe this is the 1 in 5. And then next up, we have the 1 in 10. And these covers are just fire, so I have to pick them up, you know. We have another beautiful cover here. That's an incentive for all new Firefly, issue number 10. If anyone's a Firefly fan, I would suggest reading all the comics because the story just continues in comic book format. They've had years and years of comic book stories. It's been great. Next up, we got another listener here for Immortal Red Sonja, issue number 8. Oh, I was right. And then we have Frank Frazetta, Death Dealer, issue number 7, Virgin. Beautiful. I think Alan Qua on that cover there. All right, so those are some of the normal covers, and then we were getting into the incentives there. Let me show you some actual spicy goodness here. If I can separate these books. So let's get into some variants. I mean, no, those are all variants too, but trending Blade Vampire Nation number 1, the Gabriel Del Otto. Beautiful painted blade here. This book has already gone up from $20 to about $50 now. I'm sure it's going to continue to climb. Beautiful book. Next up we have Chroma, new number 1 from Image. This is the 1 in 15. So I picked it up because it was just different, and I heard a lot of people were saying that this book is actually really, really good. So I will report back with that. And I believe that, okay, good, that is on the plastic and not on that black. Next up we have a 1 in 50 for Stargirl and the Lost Children. This is the foil Virgin there. Of course it's foil, so you're not gonna be able to see it. I've been seeing that people are talking about a lot of these DC incentives right now are tanking after their first week in value, but you're looking at it from the perspective of FOMO and short-term investing. These books are definitely not short-term books to have. I mean, short-term, maybe 1 week, 2 week at best. After that, if you're 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, yeah, people are going to forget about this book because they live in that realm of FOMO, and whatever they see coming out right then and there is what they're going to focus on. These are the type of books that in 5 to 10 years are going to be ghosts, and you're never going to see them, and they're going to pop up when people really want to find these 1 in 25s, these 1 in 50s that are hard to find low print books. That's is a low print book. Maybe Stargirl number 1, maybe Stargirl 7, because there's going to be 8 issues, I think. Might be a harder one to find, but I doubt they're going to make a 1 in 50 for Stargirl issue 7. Point is, long-term investment, I think, is going to be just fine for these DC incentives. Look at the Marvel incentives from 10 years ago that people weren't paying attention to, and they're $500 minimum. It's crazy. Next up, we got the 1 in 50. I don't think this is a 1 in 100, but this is the Virgin Gold Goblin issue number 1. So just to compare, here is the trade dress, and then there's the Virgin. So I think first cover appearance of the Gold Goblin suit. And we'll see what happens with that. Next up we have Deceased War of the Undead Gods number 4. I think each one of these 1 in 25 Sun Kumanakis, we're just going to pick them all up so we can have them all together. And maybe we'll just sell them as a set when the series wraps up. Next up we have West of Sundown. This is another foil. This is Jenny Frizen. Can't have a video here with King Midas without some Frizen love. This one is just spooky and gothic, and I love it. Miss Frizen is always on one, always killing it. And then to finish it off, Something is Killing the Children. Just continuing that horror trope, man. These books are haunting, man. Awesome cover there, issue number 26. And then, as I said earlier, we talked about Alex Maleev. 1 in 100, Something is Killing the Children. This book is already climbed up to close to $175. We bought it when it was still like $55, $60. You know, we knew I had one opportunity to buy this book. I know they were only going to have one copy. This is a 1 in 100. So this probably needs to be graded so we can keep its integrity. Yeah, let's. I think we're going to send this in to CGC. Anyone's looking for this book, come hit me up and we'll talk about it. But that is going to be it for this video with the comic talk for this week. Again, guys, if you're here in the States, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy some time with family, close ones, loved ones, all that jazz, and eat some food for me. And if you have any leftovers, let me know. I'd love to make a plate. and also tell you guys what I'm thankful for and the friendships that I have with the YouTube community, doing this live on Twitch with everyone that participates and hangs out and comes into the chat. It's a blast every single time. So thank you very much. Now y'all know what to do. Do all those great social media things, and for more content, be sure to join the Discord in the description down below for everything inside the culture that pops. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Twitch.tv/ThereCanBeOnlyVaughn. We'll see you next time. Bag and boredom.